so different than what I'm used to in Hungary. Hello guys, welcome to a new vlog. You were asking for more things that surprised me moving to the Philippines, culture shock I experienced here, and just things in general that are so different here than it is in my home country Hungary. So this is a second part of that video, and just like in other similar videos, I will talk about these things while I bring you along a day in my life here in the Philippines. And one thing that I can already point out, since it's early morning, is that life here starts super early, and it's so different than it is in Hungary, where if you wake up at like 4 or 5, even at 6 a.m, you won't really see people on the streets, especially outside of the city. It will be a complete ghost town, but even in the cities there will only be like a few people walking around, a few cars, and nothing is going to be open. While here in the Philippines, every time we wake up early when we are like going on a trip, the streets are already so lively, full of people. They are already opening up their small shops and businesses, even as early as like 5 a.m. There might even be traffic already early morning. It's actually a good thing while traveling, because even if you are on the road early, you will be able to buy things in small shops and bakeries. But here it's really hard to experience that, like, oh, I woke up early and I'm the only one on the street kind of feeling, because no matter how early you wake up, there will definitely be other people who woke up earlier than you. Right now I'm in Palayan City, in the business hub of Palayan City, which was built some years ago only, I think, because I'm extending my visa today. So earlier I was trying to talk to you in the elevator, but the elevator arrived faster than I expected. But I was extending my visa and it's done now. Before I always had to go to Manila to extend visa, but while I was gone they opened up an immigration here in Palayan. Palayan City is actually the capital of Nueva Ecija, which might be surprising since Cabanatuan City is the biggest and most developed city in the province, but still this is the capital, so all the big government offices like these are here. Kinda reminds me of a global city in Clark. We just stopped to get some street food on the way home, some lumpia and toron, and it's another thing that is different here in the Philippines compared to Hungary, that food and snacks is so easily accessible everywhere you go, not just on main highways, but even when we were on a trip last time in Baler and we were on a beach, you won't really have to worry that you're going to a secluded area and you will be hungry. You will definitely be able to find some kind of street food or small sari-sari shop. There's even street vendors that don't have a fixed place. They will just go around with their tricycle or bicycle selling snacks. Also, when we were stuck in the rain in Baler, then we were just hiding from the rain, and conveniently a little tricycle selling street food just passed by, so we could buy some food while waiting for the rain to stop. So it's really different from Hungary, where you will only be able to find like small grocery shops, and even that is kind of rare in like outside city areas. So it's really good that you will definitely won't stay hungry here, even if you didn't think to bring some snacks with you. We stopped by at Yamaha to get a checkup for our scooter, because we are preparing for some road trips, and some of those road trips going to include us having to go through some mountain roads, so we want to make sure that everything is okay with our scooter and it's not going to break down in the middle of nothing. But they had a lunch break, so we have to wait, so we came to SM to look around a little bit. We are at the souvenir section. I love to look around here because they have so many cool local things and snacks. I really like this little makeup bag, it's so cute. Support local farmers. So many cool options. Shop local. We are still waiting for our motorcycle. We left SM. There it is. While we are waiting, there's one more thing that I want to mention. It's something I talk a lot about in my videos, how the overall vibe here and the attitude of the people is so different than what I'm used to in Hungary, and it shows perfectly in these kinds of situations like attending a government appointment. In Hungary, everything will be so uptight and so stiff, while here everything is noticeably a lot more like relaxed and chill, and it's noticeable everywhere, not just in like appointments but in daily life. It's like when we were at the market and I told you that there were a tricycle driver who was just laying down on the side of the market on some table, and when he saw us as potential customers, then he got up, asked us if we want a ride, and since we didn't want, he just lay back down. And it was so funny to me because it's something that will never happen in Hungary, where everything is very like exact and really like uptight and stiff is the best way to describe it. And I don't really like that, because like attending a government appointment or something like that always makes me like so nervous. It's always like a stressful experience. While here it's like basically just really chill and relaxed and slower. It also has a bus size though. There's a thing here called Filipino time, and it's an actual existing thing. It basically means like when you are arranging an appointment to meet with like friends and family, they will often ask back if you are really going to meet that time or it's going to be Filipino time, which basically means that they are probably going to be late. So that's really weird to me coming from Hungary, where it definitely can't happen. People will get quite upset there if you are late or not there at the time when you discussed it, but it's definitely an interesting difference to point out. So while I'm still getting used to this Filipino time thing, I really like how I'm slowly adjusting to the local mindset, and I also feel like more relaxed and chill about things, which I really need. Oh, and our motorcycle is ready, it's gone. We spotted some pineapples on the side of the road on the way home. Don't really know how to tell if a pineapple is good or not. It's a lot of pineapple for 120 pesos. We are home now, going to rest a little bit, and this is what happened with the pineapple. It's so nice and sweet. And it was really funny on the way home because I was motorcycling without a jacket with my arms out, so I'm sure people were looking because I'm trying to get some color on the inner parts of my arms. And it's something else that I wanted to point out, something that is surprising for foreigners first coming to the Philippines, that here everyone will try to cover up from the sun as much as possible. And something I noticed right away coming from Hungary, where it's the exact opposite. Everyone will try to chase sunlight like crazy. Here it's the opposite. You will see people like motorcycling with a long sleeve shirt and pants, and even on the beach seeing people in a long sleeve swim shirt is definitely more common than seeing people in like bikinis. But actually it's understandable since the sun here is crazy strong, so if you always expose yourself to the sun you will get some pretty bad sunburn. Most of the times when we motorcycle you will always see me in my vlogs too wearing like a long sleeve like motorcycle jacket. It's just funny to think about it, how like in Hungary people will be buying like tanning creams and going to saunas, which is basically a fake sunlight to get tans. So that's a really big difference compared to Philippines and Hungary, or well, most of Europe, I think. Now I'm just going to enjoy my smoothie and rest a bit, and then we will go somewhere pretty to walk Pixel because we feel pretty bad leaving her home. But there's just days like this when we have a lot of things to fix where she's not allowed to join, but we will make up to it and walk her later. We are in, where are we? Tanawan. There's a place here with a view deck. Pixel is already having so much fun. Oh wow, the view is so nice here. There's Mount Arayat in the distance in Pampanga. I always used to call it Cat Mountain because it looks like it's like a fat cat with two tiny ears, so for me it's the Cat Mountain. That's really pretty, all these mountains. It's a really nice view, and there are also a lot of like photo taking spots. It's really popular in the Philippines. Every like mountain location will have some kind of like bird nest where you can pose with the view, or wings. There's this angel wings, for example, and a lot of other photo taking spots. A really pretty place, perfect for watching the sunset. And now we just stopped at a little eatery. This place looks really cool with all these lights. Have a really good vibe. Pixel, are you excited for the dinner? I also wanted to mention something food related. When I was in Hungary, a lot of people were asking me like what type of food people eat here in the Philippines. It must be so different, and actually it's kind of like a similarity in some ways between Hungary and the Philippines, because a lot of local dishes in both countries are like stewy and like heavier meaty dishes, and there are actually a few meals like caldereta, menudo and afritada that reminds me so much of like Hungarian stew. It's both cooked with like bell peppers and tomato and bay leaves. It's not the same, of course. In Hungarian food, in every stew we use like paprika, which is of course not in local dishes, but still when I first saw and tasted those local foods here, it just reminded me somehow so much of the food in Hungary. So that's kind of like a similarity. But of course, besides that, there's a lot of like exotic food here. Some things that I've never seen in Hungary. Like my favorite one I've ever tried was a noodle that was made out of young coconut meat, and it was in like some spicy sauce, and ever since that I couldn't find that food anywhere, and I don't even know what's the name of it. So if you guys know, then please let me know, because I'm still looking for that food. The food is here. Wow, it looks so nice. We ordered omelette, and I thought it's just going to be like just a piece of egg, but it's so like cool and fancy looking. There's even fried rice, and the egg has some veggies inside, comes with sauce and some vegetables. I'm sure it's going to be so good. It looks so nice. It tastes just as good as it looks. Pixel, it seems like you're going to eat some also, huh? Oh, she went for the big egg. Yeah, that food was really yummy and very filling also. While we ate, I learned important things, that rice has actually 3 words here in the Philippines. There's different word for the rice that is still on the rice field when it has the peeling, called palay. Bigas is the dry rice which is not cooked yet, and cooked rice is kain. Kanin. So since we talked about food, that shows that rice is really important here, that even the different like versions of rice will have a different word. This is a good spot for me to end my vlog, because now it's really late. We will just go home and rest. I got really tired running around all day, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions like about Hungary, Philippines, my experiences, then let me know in the comments and I will answer in a future video. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time in my next vlog. Bye!